So, imagine this. You pay $300,000.
Right. That is a lot of money.
Yes. You paid for a machine. A very heavy machine.
You can never move it.
Exactly. It stays trapped. It is in one single room forever.
Like a prison.
Well, today, we are looking at human obsession. Why do we push mechanics to the limit?
I do not know. We build extreme things.
Right. Whether you are on a racetrack or, sitting at a piano, the goal is the same.
You want control.
Maximum control. You want to engineer the perfect experience. Welcome to the deep dive.
It is a deep dive into things we build and things we lose.
Yeah.
Everything beautiful requires effort, but even the best machines break down.
They need a pit stop.
Time destroys everything. In the end, it is a tragedy, a beautiful, sad reality.
This deep dive is created by AcademiaBSB. It is an online English school.
Right.
It is built specifically for Brazilians who want to communicate with the whole world.
Yes, they do.
I'm Professor Paulo. I'm your host today. I'm a gamer.
You play a lot of games.
I love technology. I look at the world and, I see systems. Everything is a system.
A very mechanical view.
A car is a system. A language is a system. We can optimize systems. We can tune the engine.
If you say so.
Life is just a big video game. We can level up. We can get a major W.
And I am Teacher Rachel. I am your expert guide.
The expert is here.
I am a travel blogger. I wander the world. I look for romance.
But what do you find?
Honestly, I mostly find ruin. The world is a very dark place. Cities fall.
Right.
Empires crumble. Everything beautiful turns to dust. It is a total tragedy. Doom is written into history.
That's heavy.
But, there's a sad beauty in studying it.
We are talking directly to you today.
Yeah.
Yes, you. Your name is John Dinas.
Hello, John.
Hello, John. You are a high schooler. You have a massive passion for engineering.
You like building things.
And you love car race driving. You love the smell of the track. You love the speed.
It sounds dangerous.
You love the mechanics of a perfect drift. You are a highly intelligent guy.
We have a very specific mission today.
What is the mission?
Our mission is to analyze your class notes. We are looking at notes from your most recent VIP English class.
The VIP class. Nice.
This class is part of the English Conversations course. You take this course at AcademiaBSB.
You can find all the materials online.
Yes. You can find them at students.AcademiaBSB.com/BSE.
We will explore the links. We will review the PDFs.
We will also look at the Google Meeting transcription.
We have the data, John. We know what happened in your class.
We see everything.
Your current level is CEFRL B1.
That is the common European framework of reference for languages.
Yes. B1 is a massive achievement. You're holding the pole position right now.
You are doing very well.
But we want to push you further. We want to take your English engine to the red line.
We want you to speak faster and better.
Let us overview the track ahead. What are we doing?
First, we will look at how you use language. We will look at the grammar engine.
The core mechanics.
Specifically, the past perfect simple tense. We will look at the exact rules.
And we will look at where students crash.
Right, they crash a lot.
Then we will take a quick pit stop, a commercial break. We'll check the telemetry data.
Telemetry is the card data.
After the pit stop, we will read some history. Texts from readtheory.org.
We will explore ancient cities. Cities that completely vanished.
Turn to dust.
Yes. And we will explore the engineering of pianos.
Finally, we will look at your writing. How to build a perfect blueprint for a paragraph.
We have the transcription right here. It is a document from Google Drive.
What is the file name?
It is named Acad-class John-annotations du Gemini.
We can see exactly what happened, the funny moments,
The technical issues.
your progress. Let us start with the engine mechanics. We need to look at grammar.
Many students hate grammar.
They do. They think it's boring. But think of grammar like race car mechanics.
It is the instruction manual.
Exactly. It is the manual for your engine. You want to drive fast. You must know how the car works.
Today, the car is the past perfect simple tense.
It sounds like a complicated name,
Past perfect simple. Very long.
but it's just a tool.
It is a tool for looking backward. It helps us see the tragedy of the past.
Imagine you were in a race. You cross the finish line.
Crossing the line is an action.
It happened in the past. We call this the simple past tense. I crossed the line.
It is over. It is done.
But, what if you want to talk about the pit stop?
The pit stop happened earlier.
Right. You took a pit stop before you crossed the finish line.
That is exactly what the past perfect is for. It is an action. It took place before another action in the past.
Two things happen.
Yes, both are finished. But one is much older. The older action gets the past perfect tense.
It is a deep nostalgic feeling. Let us look at the transcription from your class.
The teacher asked you to explain this.
You had a very interesting remark, John. You said, the past perfect is like checking the replay camera after you crash your simulator.
That is a very specific example.
It is a huge W, the perfect analogy. You crash your car. That is the simple past.
Then you check the replay.
Right. You see the broken brake line. That broken brake line happened first. That is the past perfect.
We need to form this engine. We need to look at Unit 31. We need the exact formula.
Listen very slowly.
A sentence is a machine. First, you need a subject. The subject is the driver of the sentence.
Words like I, you, he, she, it, we, they.
Then you need the transmission, the auxiliary verb. We use the verb have.
But we must push it into the past.
Right. The past form is had.
That is right. You always use had. It never changes.
It does not matter who the driver is.
Always had. Finally, you need the engine block. This is the main verb.
But it must be in the past participle form.
That is the third column in the verb list. Words like made or broken.
Gone or started. Let us build an affirmative sentence.
The engine is running smoothly.
Listen to this example from the notes. I had made a mistake.
Let us change the driver.
You had made a mistake. He had made a mistake. She had made a mistake.
Keep going.
We had made a mistake. They had made a mistake.
It is a very depressing sentence.
Everyone makes mistakes. History is just a long list of human mistakes.
Now let us look at the negative. Sometimes the engine refuses to start.
You have a failure.
You need to make the sentence negative. You take the subject. You take had. You add the word not.
But then you add the past participle.
I had not made a mistake.
But native speakers are fast. They do not say had not.
They smash the words together.
Right. They create a short form, a contraction. Had not becomes hadn't.
Exactly. It is slang for speed. Hadn't. Let us read an example from the notes.
I hadn't been very well in that period.
Why?
I feel this sentence deeply. I hadn't been very well. It is full of sadness.
Something bad happened in the deep past.
Here is another example. When the teacher asked me to hand in my project, I told her I hadn't finished it yet.
So the teacher asked in the simple past.
Yes, but the failure to finish happened before that. It is a tragedy of a student.
Well, failure is just data. You use the data to optimize the next lap. Do not be sad.
If you say so.
Let us look at how to ask a question. The interrogative form.
You want to ask your mechanic a question.
I just flip the parts of the engine. You put the transmission before the driver. You put had before the subject.
Had you made a mistake?
Had they made a mistake?
You can also ask negative questions. This happens when you expect a bad answer.
Like what?
Hadn't he cashed the check yet? The answer is usually no. People always let you down.
Let us do a brief role play. We will use sentences from the use of language section.
We need to practice the pronunciation.
I want you to listen to the emotion.
I will read the first sentence. Listen to the context. When I arrived, Jane had already left.
Oh, man.
This is the ultimate sadness. I arrived. That is the simple past. But Jane was gone.
Her leaving happened first.
She had already left. Jane abandoned me. Everyone leaves eventually. Total L vibes.
That is rough. But listen to my sentence. I am sitting in my room. I am focused.
Okay.
I had just started to read my book when my mobile phone rang.
That is annoying.
This is the worst. I was deep in the game lore. I was studying the rules. I had just started.
That is the older action.
Then the phone rang. That is the sudden interruption. In the simple past, the phone ringing was a huge L.
It broke your focus.
It ruined my speed.
Well, in the Google Meeting transcription, there was a funny moment here.
What happened?
You were reading this exact sentence, John, but you forgot to turn on your microphone.
Classic technical issue.
The teacher said, John, you are muted. We cannot hear your engine.
Then what?
Then you turned it on and read it perfectly. Small technical problems happen to everyone.
Let us look at the track rules. This is Unit 32 in your notes. The past perfect has specific rules.
You cannot just use it anywhere.
You have to follow the signs on the track.
Rule A is the most important. We use it for actions before other past actions.
Give me an example.
Listen to this story. Fiona's birthday was in May. That is a fact in the past.
Okay.
But in February, her aunt had already bought her a present. February comes before May.
February is deeper in the past.
So the buying gets the past perfect. She had already bought it. The timeline is very clear.
That is a clean, perfect lap around the grammar track. Let us look at Rule B.
Rule B is about duration.
It shows how long a situation lasted.
Yeah.
It lasted up to a point in the past. Let me give you an example.
Oh, hey.
When I met him, he had been in that school for 2 years.
Let us break that down. The meeting is the finish line.
I met him.
But before that finish line, a long process happened. 2 years of school, 2 years of sitting in a classroom.
He had been.
It shows the weight of time.
Rule C is about connection. It is about time clauses. We use specific words to link the cars together.
Words like when.
We use after. We use before. We use as soon
As
as.
soon as I had finished my dinner, I went to sleep.
The dinner finished first.
But we have a warning. The rules say you must be careful.
Red flag on the track.
If the two actions happen very close together, you do not need the past perfect.
You can just use the simple past for both.
When I opened the door, the bird flew away. The actions are almost simultaneous.
Right. Open door. Bird flies.
Tragedy strikes very quickly sometimes. You open the door, and the beautiful bird is gone forever.
Finally, we have Rule D. This one is my favorite. We use the past perfect with the word ever.
And we use it with superlatives.
Superlatives are words that show the extreme limit, the maximum level, the top speed,
Or is like the biggest.
the fastest, the worst.
I will read the example from your notes. It is a sentence I say very often.
Let us hear it.
That was the worst experience I had ever had.
Wow. Very dramatic.
It uses worst, which is a superlative. It uses ever, and it uses had.
The auxiliary had and the past participle had.
Traveling can be beautiful, but it is mostly a series of bad experiences. You lose your bags.
The weather is terrible.
The food makes you sick. You look back and say, that was the worst experience I had ever had.
Let us analyze a common student mistake. The track is slippery here. Many cars spin out.
This is from exercise 31.4 in your notes.
You had to choose the correct alternative. Let us read the sentence first.
Ellie hadn't told me about the extra lesson, so I missed it.
The first part is the cause. Ellie hadn't told me.
The second part is the result. I missed it.
Some students make a terrible error here. They mix up the timeline.
They choose the word have instead of hadn't.
Yes, they write, Ellie have told me about the extra lesson, so I missed it.
This is a total engine failure.
This is catastrophic crash. Why is it wrong, John? Let us look at the mechanics.
Missed is in the simple past.
The lesson was yesterday. It is gone. You cannot use have.
Have belongs to the present.
You cannot put a present tense part inside a past tense engine. The gears will not spin.
They will lock up completely.
It creates a paradox.
You are trying to live in the present and the deep past at the same time. It is a tragedy of grammar.
The sentence loses all meaning.
For a B1 student, you must respect the mechanics of time.
You must use hadn't. The warning failed in the deep past, so the lesson was missed in the recent past.
It is pure cause and effect.
If you use have, your car drifts into the wall. Game over. Back to the checkpoint.
I noticed something in the class transcription. During this exercise, another student made a joke.
Who was it?
A student named Maria. She said, "My brain has crashed like an old computer."
That is funny.
Everyone laughed. The teacher laughed too. It is okay to struggle. Grammar is heavy. It takes time to carry it.
Okay, John. You are driving incredibly well.
Yeah.
You are holding the steering wheel steady.
You are taking the corners like a pro.
But your tires are getting very hot. The rubber is melting. We need to protect the chassis.
It is time to pull into the pit lane.
Everything needs a rest. Machines break if they run too long.
Humans break even faster.
We're going to take a strategic pause, a commercial break. We're going to look at the telemetry data.
From your first few laps.
We're going to recap what we just learned. Take a deep breath. Check your gauges.
Let the engine cool down for just a moment.
We are back. We are sitting in the pit lane now. It is quiet. Let us review the data.
We just rebuilt your grammar engine.
We focused on the past perfect simple. We learned how to look in the rearview mirror.
We learned the formula. Subject plus had plus the past participle.
We learned that had is the transmission. It never changes.
We learned how to use contractions like hadn't to save time and speak faster.
We also explored the track rules. We learned that the past perfect is for the oldest action.
It is the memory before the memory.
We learned how to use it with time clauses. And we learned how to use it to describe our worst experiences.
We saw how mixing present and past tense causes a total failure.
You cannot mix have in a past event.
The pit stop is over.
The tires are fresh. The fuel tank is full. The green flag is waving.
We are dropping the clutch. And shifting gears.
We are entering the next sector of the track. This is the reading section.
Reading is a window into other worlds. We have some fascinating texts to review today.
These texts come from an educational platform.
The platform is called readtheory.org. The texts are about lost cities.
Ancient cities that vanished.
Completely from the face of the earth. This is exactly what I always talk about.
Your favorite topic.
It proves my point perfectly. No matter how great you are, time will erase you.
Everything turns to dust eventually.
Yes.
The track name for this reading is Lost.
Hmm.
It is a great title. It sounds like a survival game.
I will read the first part. Let us hear about the first location.
Go ahead.
I will read about Machu Picchu. It is a place I have always wanted to visit, but it is surrounded by sadness.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Machu Picchu sits high atop the Andes Mountains. The Andes Mountains are in the country of Peru.
It was a majestic, beautiful city. In the clouds.
It was home to the powerful Incan emperor. The society was thriving, but then the year 1527 arrived.
The story ended.
The citizens packed up all their belongings, they left their beautiful homes, they walked away.
The text says they just vanished. A whole city, completely empty.
Yes. Scientists and historians have a guess. They try to explain why it happened.
What is the guess?
They guess that European explorers brought smallpox to the region.
Smallpox. A terrible virus.
It is a deadly disease. It spread through the mountains. It caused the total downfall of the city.
The people ran away to survive.
That is an intense piece of history. A microscopic virus took down a giant mountain fortress.
It is a total tragedy.
This is why traveling always feels a bit doomed to me. You go to see a beautiful mountain city, but you are really just looking at a graveyard.
That is dark.
Even the strongest stone buildings get wiped out. A terrible disease ruins everything.
The builders worked so hard.
And for what? For nothing. 0 out of 10 vibes. Nothing lasts forever. Everything is temporary.
I have to push back here. I disagree completely with your perspective.
You always disagree.
You are looking at the L. I am looking at the W.
How can you find a W in a lost city ruined by disease?
Have to look at it like an engineer. Look at it like a gamer analyzing a map.
A map.
Machu Picchu is a top-tier survival map. The Incan builders were geniuses. They placed the city on extremely high ground.
That is a strategic advantage.
They built thousands of steep stone steps. They cut massive rocks perfectly. They did not even use mortar or cement.
The rocks fit together like a puzzle.
But they still had to leave.
The engineering did not save them.
But the architecture survived. Hundreds of years later, the buildings are still there.
Earthquakes happen.
And the stones just dance and settle back into place. Today, tourists climb those thousands of steps.
It is like unlocking a secret level in a video game.
You climb through the clouds and find a hidden fortress. It is a major win for archaeologists.
The Incans left us a giant puzzle to solve.
They communicated their genius across centuries. That is a W.
A puzzle made of sad memories. Let us read the next text. It does not get any happier.
Bring it on.
The next text is about Pompeii. Pompeii was a wealthy seaside city.
It was located in ancient Italy.
The people had money, they had art, they had a beautiful life by the water.
But Mount Vesuvius was lurking nearby.
Mount Vesuvius is a massive volcano.
It is a geological engine full of pressure.
The pressure became too much. The volcano erupted violently. A massive storm of lava and fire came down the mountain.
A thick cloud of smoke.
And heavy ash buried the entire city. The sky turned black. People were trapped in the darkness.
They could not escape.
The ash covered their homes. It covered their bodies. The city was erased in a single day.
It is horrifying to think about.
Very horrifying.
Wait, before we get lost in the sadness, let us look at the mechanics of this text.
What mechanics?
There's a very specific piece of engineering in the writing here. There's a grammar connection.
In the tragedy.
Yes. Look at the second sentence of the Pompeii paragraph. Listen very closely, John.
I'm looking at it.
The text says, before a tragic disaster struck, Pompeii had become one of the wealthiest cities.
Look at the verbs.
Ah, I see it now. Had become.
Yes, had become. That is the past perfect simple in the wild.
It perfectly matches Unit 32 from your class notes.
It matches the track rules we just tuned up. The disaster struck. Struck is the simple past tense.
That is the finish line. The eruption is the final moment.
But the wealth happened before the eruption.
The city had become wealthy. The process of getting rich was the pit stop before the explosion.
Exactly. The grammar is working perfectly inside the history text.
You can see how the writer uses the transmission had and the past participle become.
To set the scene.
They put the wealth in the deep past, so the disaster can strike in the simple past. It is brilliant text engineering.
It is grammatically correct. But my point remains, it is still deeply sad.
Their incredible wealth did not save them.
The ash buried their gold. It buried their beautiful houses. Money cannot stop a volcano. Nature always wins.
But think about the result. The ash destroyed the city, but it also preserved the city perfectly.
It created a vacuum seal.
When scientists finally excavated the site hundreds of years later, they found everything exactly as it was.
It led to massive new discoveries about Roman life.
Pompeii is the ultimate time capsule. It is a huge W for historical data collection.
You find a silver lining in everything. I will read the third text now. Prepare yourself for more ruin.
Go ahead. Let us hear the next level of the game.
This text is about Chaco Canyon. It belonged to the Anasazi people.
It is located in the desert of New Mexico.
The people lived along a river. They built complex structures. They lived there successfully for 300 years.
3 centuries of civilization.
Then, just like the others, they vanished. Scientists have looked at the evidence.
What do they think?
They think the cause was a massive drought.
A drought is an extreme weather event. It means there is no rain. The rivers dry up completely.
Or maybe it was a disease. The experts are not completely sure, but the result is the same.
The city was abandoned.
The buildings crumbled into the sand. See? More vanishing, more ruin.
I want you to think about the drought, John. A drought is not just sad weather.
What is it?
A drought is a mechanical failure. Think of a city like a giant machine. A machine needs resources to run.
The water from the river is like the oil in a car engine.
The water keeps everything moving. It grows the food. It keeps the people alive.
Water is life. Without it, everything stops.
Right. So if a car runs completely out of oil, what happens?
The engine parts rub together.
Yeah.
They cause friction. The engine breaks.
Yes, the engine seizes. The metal gets too hot. The pistons lock up.
The car dies immediately on the track.
You cannot drive it another inch. That is exactly what happened to the Anasazi in Chaco Canyon.
Their environment ran out of oil.
The river disappeared. The city's engine seized. The supply chain failed entirely.
The city vanished because it lost its fuel.
It is pure cause and effect. It is physics, total L.
You explain it like they were just broken machine parts. You make it sound so cold and calculated.
But they were real people.
They were families who had to leave their homes with broken hearts. They watched the river turn to dust. That is the true history.
Both things are true. It is a human tragedy, and it is a mechanical failure.
Let us shift gears again.
We are leaving the lost cities behind. We are moving to the next reading text.
This text is called 88 Keys.
This connects perfectly to your interests, John. You love engineering. You love cars. But music is engineering too.
People think music is just magic. They think it is just pure emotion, floating in the air.
But an instrument is a machine. A piano is a highly complex mechanical machine.
It is a box full of tension, levers, and moving parts.
The text introduces us to the inventor. His name was Bartolomeo di Francesco Cristofori.
He was an Italian man. He lived a very long time ago.
He was a harpsichord maker.
The harpsichord was a very popular instrument in the past, but Cristofori was not satisfied.
He wanted something different.
So in the early 1700s, he invented the piano.
The 1700s. That is over 300 years ago. We need to explain the mechanics of his invention.
We must do this very slowly.
So John can see the blueprint in his mind. What is the fundamental difference between a harpsichord and a piano?
It all comes down to the strings inside the box.
Yes, the strings create the vibration.
When you press a key on a harpsichord, a small piece of wood moves inside.
The wood has a tiny hook on it.
This hook plucks the string, it pulls the string and lets it go.
Think of a guitar. When you play a guitar, your finger plus the string.
That is exactly what the harpsichord does. It plucks.
But Cristofori changed the mechanism. A piano does not pluck.
When you press a key on a piano, a small, soft hammer swings up.
The hammer strikes the string. It hits it directly.
This hit causes a vibration. The vibration travels through the wood and makes a sound.
Plucking versus striking. Why does this tiny mechanical change matter so much?
Why did it change the world of music?
It is all about volume control.
Harpsichords have a major limitation. Plucking means you only get one volume.
A harpsichord is always the exact same loudness.
It does not matter how hard you hit the key. It does not matter how angry or gentle you are.
The hook plucks the string with the exact same force every single time. It is very flat.
But striking with a hammer changes everything. It changes the physics.
Yes. If you press down very hard and fast on a piano key, The hammer flies up quickly.
It hits the string hard. The sound is very loud.
But if you press the key with a slow, gentle touch, the hammer moves slowly.
It taps the string softly. The sound is quiet and delicate.
This gave the musician a new power. It gave them emotions.
It gave them drama. It allowed them to express tragedy and joy in the same song.
This is exactly like driving a race car, John. The piano key is the gas pedal.
Before the piano, musicians were driving a car with a broken pedal.
It only drove at one speed, but Cristofori fixed it.
If you push the gas pedal hard, the car screams.
The engine roars. You go extremely fast. That is the loud volume on a piano. You are redlining the engine.
And the soft volume.
If you just tap the gas pedal gently, you cruise. You drift smoothly around the corner. You take your time.
That is the soft volume.
Cristofori basically gave the driver a functional gas pedal for music. He gave the driver total control over the machine's output.
That is a massive W for Cristofori.
He revolutionized the chassis of music.
But the machine did not stop changing. Engineers are never satisfied.
There were many upgrades over the years.
The text explains the history of the keys. The original piano made by Cristofori only had 60 keys.
That covers 5 octaves of sound.
60 keys is a small engine. But as music got more complex, composers wanted more notes.
They wanted to go lower. They wanted to go higher.
So piano makers added more keys. They upgraded the chassis to 84 keys.
And then the 1880s arrived. A very famous piano manufacturer changed the rules.
The company was named Steinway.
Steinway added 4 more keys to the board. This created the total of 88 keys.
88 keys. That is the standard setup we know today.
It became the ultimate rule of the track. Every other manufacturer looked at Steinway and copied them.
88 keys became the standard layout for over a century.
But some people always want to go too far. The text mentions an experimental piano at the very end.
It is made by a company called Students.
They are located in Australia.
They decided 88 keys were not enough. They built a massive piano with 102 keys.
102 keys. It is absurd.
102 keys. That is a heavy-duty vehicle. That is an overpowered engine.
Imagine the size of the soundboard required to hold 102 strings.
The tension on the metal frame must be incredible.
It is huge, and it is incredibly heavy. It is a nightmare to transport.
You cannot just put it in a car.
And the price is terrible. Let's just look at normal prices.
An average upright piano might cost around $3,000.
A beautiful professional grand piano might cost $50,000.
$50,000 is already luxury car money.
But this experimental Stewart & Sons piano, it costs $300,000.
$300,000, that is hypercar money.
That is the price of a customized track car.
Exactly. And the text says only 5 of them have ever been made in the entire world.
To me, this ruins the romance of music.
Music should be for everyone. It should be something you can carry with you.
But this is just an expensive, heavy machine for rich people.
You cannot travel with a 102-key piano. You are stuck in one room forever.
The machine traps you. It is depressing.
You see a trap. I see an incredible flex. Only 5 exist in the world.
That is ultra-rare loot. That is a legendary item.
Pushing the boundaries of engineering always costs money at first.
They are testing the absolute limits of human hearing and mechanical tension. It is a beautiful experiment.
It is a heavy, expensive experiment.
We have to keep moving. We are leaving the reading track.
We are crossing into the final sector of your class notes.
We have reached section 7. This is the writing section.
Writing is often the most difficult part for students. Many B1 students get scared when they see a blank page.
They do not know where to start.
They have the vocabulary, but they do not know how to assemble the pieces.
That is why we must explain the purpose of this exercise. Writing at a B1 level is exactly like designing a car.
You cannot just throw an engine, 4 wheels, and a steering wheel onto the ground and call it a car.
It needs structure. It needs a blueprint. You had to build a strong chassis first.
If you do not have a strong chassis, the car falls apart on the track.
The sentences crash into each other.
Exactly. Let us look at the writing prompt from your notes.
The prompt is based on the reading text.
It says, in your own words, explain the differences and similarities between pianos and harpsichords.
The teacher asked the students to write a short paragraph. We are analyzing the common traps that students fall into.
We have a Google Meeting transcription to show this.
During the class, John, you submitted your first draft.
Your first draft had good data, but poor engineering.
Let us look at what a typical B1 first draft looks like.
A student might just list raw facts. They write short, choppy sentences.
The piano has hammers. The harpsichord is wood. The piano is loud. The harpsichord is not loud.
That is very boring to read. It feels robotic. There is no flow.
There's no emotion connecting the ideas. It is just a list of parts.
From a mechanical perspective, this paragraph has no sustension.
There are no connecting words. The sentences bump into each other violently.
It is a very rough ride for the reader.
We need to upgrade to a second draft. We need to look at the teacher's feedback.
In the class transcription, the teacher gave you excellent advice, John.
The teacher said you need to use transition words.
Transition words are the suspension of your paragraph. Words like however, words like in contrast, words like similarly.
These words absorb the bumps.
They make the text flow smoothly from one idea to the next.
The teacher also challenged you. The teacher said, John, let us use the grammar we tuned up earlier today. Let us use the past perfect simple.
You can use the past perfect to talk about the history of the instruments.
You can talk about the harpsichord's history before the piano was invented.
Let me try to build a sentence using this logic. Before Cristofori invented the piano, musicians had played the harpsichord for centuries.
Look at that. Had played. You use the transmission had and the past participle played.
That is the past perfect.
You put the harpsichord in the deep past. So the piano invention happens in the simple past.
It creates a beautiful timeline. It tells a story instead of just listing facts.
That is perfect execution. That is smooth shifting. Now let us look at the final version.
During the class, you and the teacher proposed a final, structured paragraph.
It compares the two instruments perfectly. It focuses on the engineering of the strings.
It uses transition words. It uses the right grammar.
The final paragraph sounds like this. Listen to the flow.
Both instruments use strings to make music. However, their mechanics are very different. Before the piano arrived, musicians had relied on the harpsichord. The harpsichord plucks the strings, creating only one volume. In contrast, the piano strikes the strings with a hammer. This allows the musician to control the volume, making the music both soft and loud.
That is a perfect polished lap, John. The structure is beautiful.
The bumper is the topic sentence.
The transition words provide the suspension. The grammar engine is precise and powerful.
You hit every apex on the track.
This final version is so good, it will be published. It will be put on the school's blog.
The blog is a place for the best work.
Everyone listening should visit students.AcademiaBSB.com/br/blog.
You can see the winning results there. You can read John's excellent engineering paragraph.
We are reaching the end of the track. The checkered flag is waving. We need to do a final performance review.
We need to check the final telemetry.
Let us look at the students as a group first. Based on the Google Meeting transcription, the group performance is solid.
The students helped each other. They laughed when things got difficult.
The English engines are running smoothly across the whole class.
But we must talk about you individually, John. Your performance today is excellent.
You are crossing the finish line of this VIP class.
You are conquering the CEFRL B1 level. You are taking ownership of your English.
You did not just memorize words. You understood the mechanics. You understood the history.
Your English engine is running perfectly. You took the sharp corners of the past perfect very well.
You handled the reading pit stops like a true pro.
You built a beautiful writing chassis. Big W for you, John.
But before we finish, we must be serious for a moment. Academia BSB is a serious school.
We have a strict methodology.
We must remind the student of our academic sources. We must read the bibliographic references.
It is important to know where our data comes from.
I will read the references exactly as they are written in the database.
Our first source for the engine tuning is Academia BSB Grammar, B1 JOAO Unit 31 and 32, Past Perfect Simple.
And our sources for the historical reading are from the educational platform readtheory.org.
The specific texts we analyzed are named Lost and 88 Keys.
We also use the Google Meeting transcriptions from the Google Drive file Acad-class, John-Annotações do Gemini.
Excellent data sources.
Before we say goodbye, we should give John a preview of the next race.
In your next class, you're going to explore a classical book from English literature.
You will look at the social context of the writing.
You will learn about the author's biography, and you will dive right into a famous excerpt.
It will be a challenging but beautiful text.
Get ready for that. It will be another great deep dive.
Now, I want to leave you with a final thought today. A profound connection to take with you.
We talked heavily about engineering today. We talked about mechanical failure.
And we talked about a famous Italian person.
You mean Bartolomeo di Francesco Cristofori, the man who invented the piano?
Yes. I want you to think about what he really did. He did not just invent a wooden box with wires inside.
He did not just invent a new toy.
He engineered a completely new way to communicate. He engineered a machine that could express human emotion.
He created a way to express quiet tragedy softly and violent anger loudly.
He gave volume to human feelings.
Exactly. He changed the mechanics of the machine. He changed the pluck to a strike.
He did this for one specific reason. He did it so the driver had more control.
The musician is the driver. The musician controls the volume, soft and loud, fast and slow.
Drifting and redlining. The engineering is not the goal. The engineering serves the communication.
It always comes back to communication. Even when cities fall apart,
Even when volcanoes erupt.
even when the river dries up, we still write about it. We still have to talk to each other.
We use our language to explain the tragedy and the triumph.
And that brings us to the ultimate truth of the track. This is the core philosophy.
This is the motto of Academia BSB. Listen closely, John, as you take your victory lap.
It is not only about the language, it is all about communication.
Keep driving forward. Keep looking for the beauty.
Keep racing, John. Keep optimizing your systems.
We will see you next time on the track.